Hello everybody and welcome to Everything Isekai. I am Sloth, the Dark Elf. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe. What an amazing year for us Isekaiers. We get 2 chapters of That Time I Get Reincarnated as a Slime this month. I'm pretty sure the reason why they're doing this is because they want the manga to stay ahead of the anime. This is just my own headcanon. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure that is the reason. I mean, 2020 was a pretty crappy year, but 2021 is looking good for us isekaiers. I mean, we get all these isekai animes on top of these 2 chapters of That Time I Get Reincarnated as Slime for February. Alright, so let's get on with this review. We're going to do both chapters in one video. That's chapter number 79 and 80. So let's get fucking hyped. So we got Sophia here who can fly walk or skywalk. And the light novel is called Skywalk, so we're going to leave it at that. And here it's called Airwalk. This is not the first time we've seen this either. Ranga did it when he was fighting the Charybdis back in like the 2nd arc. Yeah, that's when he had Shion on his back. She was using her blade to cut down the giant sharks. So the dragon worshippers here was talking about how Tempest's army got there so fast. They explained this in detail in the light novel, how Rimuru came up with a new magic to teleport his whole army to the field. When I say Rimuru, I mean Raphael, Lord of Wisdom. So to pretty much to dumb it down, if you don't have a barrier, you're unable to transport through this magic. So those people that did not have the barrier, Rimuru created a barrier for all of his army so he can transport them or teleport them into this battlefield. So people, just FYI, you can keep this in the back of your mind. This war, this fight, none of this happened in the original web novel. This is all new stuff for the light novel and for the anime and for the manga. And this is pretty ingenious too, because in the original web novel, this was a question of mine too. Like, what happened to claim an army? Well, this answers it. Rimuru pretty much nuked his whole army with his. But I'm loving this war, because you get to see everybody in action here. The dragon worshipper. So the head father here is pretty badass. I mean, he was able to brush off Sophia like she's nothing. Could you imagine how insanely strong he had to be? So he has to be at least at an unawakened demon lord level to do that to her. And she has an extremely strong battle sense to recognize that these are the strongest people in the whole army. Alright, let's move along to Fabio. Fabio picks to fight with the clown troop, which is to me stupid. He stands no chance to fighting this clown troop by himself. None whatsoever. But you know, pride and all that stuff, he's trying to get his revenge for the trickery they did on him with Charybdis. And then Gale pops in and helps him out. So this is all due to Benimaru suggestion. Benimaru has a skill that allows him to know what's going on in the whole battlefield. He knows where everybody's at and what they're doing. Pretty much a chief skill. So he knew that Fabio was going to need this help. So he sent a huge tank. Now in the original web novel, Rimuru named the orcs the yellow numbers and also the yellow wall because they primarily focus on defense. And you guys will also realize how Gale fights. He's mostly a defensive fighter. But at least this evened out the field a little bit. I mean, this is a 2-on-2 fight now, not just Fabio getting his butt whooped. But this is also a revenge fight for both of them because Gale was always with the Orc Lord, so he knows about the clown troop and what they did to his whole race. So it's not just Fabio who's interested in revenge here. Alright, let's move over to the base camp. Yamza is no fool. Once he realized that this fight was over, he tried to dip out. And he knows Claimant all too well. Claimant only cares about his family, which is the clown troop. Everybody else, his army, all that, all expendable pawns. Yamza noticed, even though he is the leader of the 5 fingers, I already went over the other 5 fingers and where they're at and what they're doing now. He is the leader, but he is by far not the strongest. And let me tell you something. If I was him, I would have done the same thing. Like, okay, no hope, chance of winning this. I'm leaving Claimant. I'm going to a new demon lord. I can work for them. I'm out of here. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Now his only mistake is that he left way too late. Alva stopped him right in his tracks, shut off all teleport magic. And now he has to deal with the strongest of all the beastie tier. Alright, let's get going to chapter number 80. Return of the Great Beast. Do not underestimate Gobta. He is by far one of my favorite characters in this whole series, and I'm talking about from beginning to end. He was there from beginning all the way to the end. He's one of those characters that does not go away. So to me, he's like a Krillin. Okay, he's not the strongest, but he got a lot of heart because he always get it in where it counts. So when he jumps in to save Elvis, it is to the point where Yamza recognizes him as a serious threat. In the light novel, he did a lot more. After he jumped in to save Elvis, not only did he do that, he used his case cannon, which is they don't show it at all in this manga, but it's a little cannon that shoots out a little spear. Rimuru made this cannon a little while ago as as some of the things that he just randomly creates. Gobta loves this little case cannon. He keeps it with him. So after he pops out and saves her, he used that case cannon instantly. Old boy was able to block it right then. But also Gobta, what he did was he shot a ice lantern. Because his sword is magical and it has a ice attack to it. So he used that too. And it also blocked Yamza ice sword attack. So to cancel each other out. Yamza was like, hold up. Like, what is this little goblin doing? Then that's when he tried to use his supersonic slice to chop off Gobta's head. And Gobta managed to duck and dip out of the way. And oh my god, you get to see the other goblin riders. Like, they came out deep backing up Elvis. Like, shut down everybody else. This is a one-on-one fight. But Gobta, he's freaking hilarious. Because Yamza even recognizes him as a true enemy, Elvis did the exact same thing. Like, he is going toe-to-toe with this enemy. So she even recognizes this and tells him, like, hey, you can fight him head on if you want. I can step away. Gobta like, nah, I don't want to take this fight from you. Go ahead. He knew he was out of tricks at that point. He had nothing else left to fight Yamza with. So he was trying to give up he was trying to leave at that point in time anyways. So the very second she was more or less kidding because she wasn't going to give up that fight to him anyways. So the very second she gave the okay, like, okay, yeah, I want to fight him. That's when he was like, all right, everybody, let's get the F up out of here. All right, let's switch over to Sophia. Keep this in mind, like all of Rimuru head people, they're probably at unawakened demon lord level. Gable will probably be able to take on that dragon new head on. He's far stronger than Sophia right now. You guys will recognize this with Benimaru at the end of this chapter. I mean, Gable is not as strong as Benimaru. So this person, the head priest, the head father here, he's probably closer to an unawakened demon lord level. So that would have been a good fight with Gable and him. So old boy spars with Millen. And it do make sense. Millen is stupidly strong. I mean, we know this. I mean, I already told you guys in my other videos. Millen is top of the top even amongst the demon lords. I mean, there's only one other demon lord that can go toe to toe with her, and that's Guy. Nobody else in that whole round table can even match her. I mean, she pounded Krillin without even too much of a problem. So this head priest here, him sparring with Millen, he has to be at least at an unawakened demon lord level. Alright, let's switch back over to Elvis and her fight. When she transforms and rips out all her powers, it's not even a fight after that. I mean, her powers are pretty stupid. She hits you with all these negative status effects, which is just plain cheap. So Yamza wound up being overwhelmed by Elvis here. And it makes sense too because nobody knows how strong she is. She is the leader of the Beastie tier for a reason. Old boy just assumes she's not that strong because she mostly handles the commanding. But this time she was able to cut totally loose because Benimaru is handling the commanding. And also, so like I said, he's no fool. He knows this fight is over. He knows that he got his butt kicked by her. Hence why he was ready to surrender. But the marionette master, Clayman, ain't having that. So the little thing that he pops in his mouth is pretty much a Charybdis core. Something similar happened to Fabio. This is pretty badass because, Even the head priest recognized what a threat that this is. He sensed it immediately. Anybody with any type of relatively strong sensitivity to magic levels in the area. So Charybdis pops out, and Elvis could not do nothing against it. Every time she tried to damage it, it regenerates instantly. Magic don't work on this thing because it got a magic jammer. This thing is just stupid, sick, strong. And like I said, the head priest recognizes this, and he was like, look, everybody stop. This is a real threat about to happen. All the dragon worshippers, heal everybody. Heal all the dragon newts, heal everybody. We're going to have to stack up and come over here to fight this thing because it might kill everybody out here. He was completely unaware that Benimaru was already on his way over there. And Benimaru is the freaking man. Let me tell you something. Do not underestimate Benimaru. I said this in one of my other videos. I was yelling and screaming this out. Everybody was so hooked on Diablo. Diablo is very, very strong. But like I said, do not underestimate Benimaru and Xian. And I can't wait until we see everybody else cut loose. Cause we still got Shuna out there. We still got Xian at the Will Perkins event. We got Hakuro and we got Sia over there. I mean, we still got some of the other Kaijin out there that's their time to shine. So when Benimaru just pretty much KO'd this Charybdis in one hit, took everybody by surprise. And not to mention this badass pose he has at the end of it. Like, what? I did it. So what? It was just a practice run. Anyways, alright, we're about to enter the spoiler zone here, people. So if you don't want to be spoiled, leave now. Alright? Thank you. Alright, so earlier I was talking about Gobta, how he was here from the very beginning. Let's move on a little bit into the future. So we're going to go past this Demon Lord arc. After the Demon Lord arc is the rematch with Hinata. After the Hinata arc is the festival arc where Demon Lord Ranmaru announces to the world that he's a Demon Lord. And in this he has a tournament which he uses as an entertainment for his festival of him becoming a Demon Lord and announcing it to the world. So if you was to ask me what is canon between the original web novel and the light novel, I would tell you the light novel all the way. Because the light novel usually fill in a lot of the gaps that the original web novel misses. However, sometimes the original web novel, it does things better. And to me, with this tournament arc, it does things a lot better. Here's what they did in the tournament arc. So in the light novel, what Fuse did, unfortunately, he took out all the major hitters. He took out Ranga, he took out Benimaru, he took out Diablo, he took out Xian, and he took out Beretta. You know, Beretta is the one that protects Remulus in the labyrinth. Why he did that, I have no clue. But in the original web novel, he let them all fight. And let me tell you something, people. What you're thinking right now, how hyped that tournament will be, it was just that hype. I don't know, depending on how things go, whether you guys want me to or not, I'll probably go ahead and tell you what happened or make a video about what happened in the original web novel, because it lives up to the hype, people. Just, we'll leave it at that. It lives up to the hype. So back to Gobta. My point is bringing this up is because Gobta in this arc, he made it to the top 4. What Ranmaru did is the 4 people that wins, he made them into the strongest people. He called them the 4 heavenly kings. So Gobta, he made it through both tournament arc and became one of the top 4 in all of Tempest. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you like it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.